Hello everyone, this is Hoda Ganji and today I'm going to show you how we can create one family in Revit. I want to go to Families, New. I'm going to create a table and it's a furniture. So I'm going to go to Metric Furniture, Open. That's good. I want to go with some reference planes. I want to type RP. Actually, I prefer to change the units to meters. You can leave it on millimeters. 3 decimal places. I want to type RP for reference plane and I want to offset these reference planes by 25 centimeters on different sides. I want to go to create, I want to go to blend. We're going to create two profiles, one for the top and one for the bottom. So let's say I want to use one rectangle for the bottom and then I want to switch to edit top and I want to use one 8-sided polygon. I want to rotate it, so how about I draw one more reference plane, type RP from here to the center of this edge. I want to hit tab to select the edges and I want to rotate from here to here. Then I want to scale this to fit with my reference. So I want to hit tab, select the profile, go to scale. From here we're gonna go and increase the length to here. Okay, so we have both the top and the bottom profile. I'm gonna check this. If I go to a 3D view, you're gonna see something like this. The amount of extrusion shows us the height of the table, which is now only 0.25. Maybe it's gonna be half a meter or 60 centimeters, 0.6, and so on, right? So here's the thing. I want to allow the Revit user to be able to change the height later. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to second end, click on Associate Family Parameter next to the size, and I want to create one parameter, and this is the height of the table instance. That's it. Okay, and I want to say okay. Now you see the second end is actually grayed out because it's a parameter. And if under the properties menu at the top, if you go to family types, you see that this height was not here before, right? So any parameter that you create when you are working with different values over there is going to be added to like the menu here, and these are going to be actually in the properties of this object when we take it to Revit. So let's try it. Okay, I want to load this into project. I need to open one Revit project first. New project. Let's go with architectural. Okay, feel free to change the units. I want to go with maybe meters and 3 decimal places. This table, I want to load it into project, put it somewhere. Now you see under the properties of this family, we have the height. That's because we assigned this parameter in the family. So if I change the height here, it's going to adjust the shape with the height, right? So that's what's good about going with parameters. I'm going to go back to my family and I want to keep working on this. Actually, I want to have some legs, either steel or chrome, on these edges of this shape, and then I want to have a glass layer at the top. So how about I go to create? I want to use swept blend. First I want to pick the path, and the path is going to be one of these edges. Check the box. I need to create two profiles. First I'm going to create profile 1 edit profile is that one. How about I go with a circle, and it's gonna be like 0.01, which is 1 centimeter. That's good. I want to go with the next one, and I want to go to select profile 2, edit profile, and I want to go with double that number for one circle in here, which is 0.04. So the diameter is actually 8 centimeters. I want to check the box and check the box again, and you see we have one element here. Feel free to change the material. Maybe I can go with steel or chrome. There is no material named as chrome here, so I need to create it. Go to create new material, rename. This is going to be chrome. I'm going to go to the asset browser, and there is a huge library of materials here. If you type chrome, I want to go with this one. Just close it. You just need to double click the material on the asset browser. It's already assigned. You can close it. The appearance is what you see in render or in realistic mode. The graphics is what you see in the shaded mode. So I want to change the color to be able to follow my material in the shaded mode. Okay, if I put this on shaded, you're gonna see that lake over there. So let me show you something interesting. If I load this back into project, and you have to overwrite if you have made any changes. Okay, you see everything here, and if I select this and change the height to like, I don't know, 80 centimeters, because I had picked the path, the leg of the table is going to be updated automatically. I can change this to any other number. I want to leave it on 60 centimeters. Maybe that seems like a good height for this table. I want to go back to my family. I want to keep working on this. Let's say I want to have these legs on all the edges that we have here. Let me show you something. If I go to view 1, or actually to my reference level, and I want to use mirror to create one more, I need to draw one mirror from here to here. If I go to 3D, it seems all good. The material is good. Everything is good. I'm going to load this back into project. Overwrite. Now we have 2 legs. Notice what happens when I change the height of the table this time. The leg which was created using pick path is updated, but the leg which was created using mirror is not updated. Okay, so if you want your legs to be also parametric and follow that parameter which is height, you have to pick the edges of that element which has the parameter inside. So I want to go back to my family. I want to go one step back, and I have to actually create the legs in this mode. I need to go to create, swept blend, pick path, select the path, select profile 1, edit profile 1, a circle. You remember the one at the top had 0.04 meters, which is 4 centimeters for the radius, and I want to check this profile 2, edit profile, and that one I used 0.02 for the radius. I want to check the box again. I want to load this back into project. You can keep going back and forth to make that every step is working correctly. Now if I change the height, it's all gonna adjust. So I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna create the rest of the legs. I created all the legs. I'm gonna load this back to project, make sure everything is working correctly. Let's select the table, change the height, 0.8. That's good. All the legs are updating. 0.5. Very good. I want to go back to my family. And actually I just needed this volume at the middle to create the legs. Let me also first create some items at the top and at the bottom to make sure this furniture is stable. I want to go to create, I want to use sweep and pick path, these four corners. Make sure that the path is continuous. That's good. I want to go with edit profile. I want to go with like 0.02 for the radius. Check the box and check the box again. Okay, this seems good. Also at the top, I want to go with create, sweep. I want to pick the path. Do not sketch the path because otherwise it's not going to be related to your parameter, which is height. The path is good. I want to edit profile and I want to go with 0.04. I want to load this back into project. It's a good way to make sure everything is working correctly. And you can change the height and everything. And everything is updating. So let's come back here. Let's make sure that I have assigned material to all these legs. So I want to select them. Actually, I can do this. I can select this, hold shift to deselect that one. Now I have 8 items selected. You can see here I want to assign material. I already created Chrome. I'm going to go with that. Okay, also for this one and this one I want to say the same material. Okay, now here's the thing. If I put this on shaded, I actually don't need the item at the middle, right? The only reason that I created that item was that I just wanted to have everything related to one single element, right? So I want to do this. I want to select that object, actually the basic elements that we created. I want to go to material. I want to create one new material, name it as air, rename air. And let's see, for the transparency it's going to be 100%. Under graphics, also on the appearance, the transparency is here. I want to assign transparency and it's going to be 100%. So on both graphic and appearance, I assigned 100% of transparency. Okay. Now if this is a hidden line, you don't see anything. If I change this to shaded, you don't see anything. If I change this to realistic, you see something, but it's not going to show in the real render. So here's the thing. If I select that element, which is now made out of air, and delete that, and load this back into project, override, and now if I try to change the height, it's not going to actually work because the height was related to an element that I just deleted, right? So here's the thing. If the parameter is created out of that item, I cannot delete that because it's going to defunction that parameter. So I want to go one step back. I want to make sure that I'm not deleting the item at the middle. There we go. Now it's okay. I need to hit tab to be able to select it. There we go. Okay, now the item is selected. So the thing is, I'm not going to delete that, but as you notice, I assigned a material named as air with 100% transparency on both graphics and appearance. Now let's take care of the tabletop. How about I go to a reference level? I want to go to create. I want to go to extrusion, create one circle. Maybe I can go with 0.6 or 0.65 for the radius. That's good. Let's check the box. Let's see it in the other views. It's over there. So here's what I'm gonna do. Let me first move this a little bit higher. I want to also relate the location of that tabletop to the height of this table. Okay, so let's say if I go to here for the extrusion start, I want to create one new parameter and I want to change it as table top, just that. Okay, and okay. If I go to my family types under properties, now I have tabletop, and I want to do this instead of a number. I can go with height plus 0.04 because 0.04 was the radius of that element at the top. Apply OK. Right, and then for this one, which is the extrusion end, I want to put this as another parameter, change this to instance, and this is going to be table top thickness actually. Okay, and okay, I want to go to properties, tabletop thickness, it's actually tabletop plus, let's say it's a glass which is like 2 centimeters or 3 centimeters thick, 0.03, apply OK. Right, and you can change the material for this one. From here I can go to materials. I want to create one new glass which is tinted. Click on the asset browser, type glass, and if I click on glass on this menu, I have dark bronze. There are other options. I want to go with this one, close it. You can also change the coloring graphics so you can easily follow your object in the shaded mode. Okay, now this is shaded. If I go to like realistic, it's gonna look like that, except for that part. You don't see that everything when rendered, and this is gonna be my shaded view. So let's see how it works. Now if I select the tabletop, you see that the material is correct. You cannot change these two values. They're inactive, they're grayed out because they are parameters. And under my menu, I have one main parameter, height. This one is assigned by the user in Revit. The tabletop is that parameter plus 4 centimeters, and the thickness is the tabletop plus 3 centimeters. Apply OK, load this into project, override. I want to maybe put this on shaded. And I actually changed the material here too. I can go to manage, I can go to materials. The thing is, I created the air material over there. It's actually here too. Let's make sure that, for instance, on the appearance, transparency needs to be 100%. Under graphics, transparency needs to be 100%. Apply OK. There we go. Now there is the air there, but we're not going to see that in our view. So this is a table. All of that is here. You don't have to bring it part by part. When you import it, all of it is going to be imported. Now let's see what happens if I change the height. This is the moment of truth. If I change this to 0.5, it's going to automatically change the tabletop in a way that it's going to exactly match with the top edge over there, right? Because that's 0.5 plus 4 centimeters, and that's also true for this layer. So yes, it's working correctly. The user can assign any height and still it's gonna work correctly, and the location of the tabletop is gonna adjust according to the assigned height. Let's see what happens if I take this to some other rendering engine, Twinmotion 2020, Scene Twinmotion. I just want to see if I can also change the material when I export it into other rendering engines. It's a new project, okay. That's the table. The material is already here. If I go to materials, glass or something, if I scroll down, there are very different glasses here. You can just grab one and assign it to the top of the table here. Or I can grab any other item here. Some of them are transparent, some of them are not. So based on what you want to do, you can go with different material. There are very weird ones too, such as that one. I can also go one back to metal. I can go with bronze, assign that to the layers over there. Okay, I can also change the material of this hypothetical ground over here. I can go to something simple. Okay, and actually I want to go with a different material for the top here. I want to go back to my glass. You can try very different items. Not that one. This one was not bad either. Yellow grass, brick. Yeah, so something like this. Feel free to assign one camera view, image, create new, and I want to zoom in here. I want to change my view. I want to only see the table, nothing else here. This seems about right. I want to render this. So I can go to export. Image, select my, actually I need to create one more image. This is my previous view, this is my final view, and I want to go to export, image, the second one, and start export. Put it somewhere. And this is how that render looks like. It's not that bad, but maybe I would actually change the material of the glass here, but you can still work on it.